For my final project, I have created an organic food education, cooking, and gardening class. This class deals with many problems, the first of which is the obesity issue in the United States. As you can see in this pie chart, 70% of adults over the age of 20 in the United States are overweight, and of that 70%, 35% are obese. 32% of adolescents between the ages of 12 and 19 are overweight, and of that 32%, 18% are obese. The issue here is that the kids are not getting enough food education. They don't understand where their food comes from. They don't connect with their food. They don't know the difference between organic and conventional, food that is good for them or food that is bad for them. They aren't given any cooking skills, so they can't cook any healthy organic meals for themselves. They just have to eat whatever is given to them, which is often food from restaurants or fast food chains, or food that is given to them by caretakers that aren't aware of the differences in food as well. Another problem that my class will target is the overfarming of our land and the use of harmful chemical pesticides on our land. By promoting sustainable farming methods and organic food consumption, we will hopefully try to change farms and have them follow the guidelines in order to create organic food, since that will be what the demand will be for. I propose that this class be offered beginning in middle school. It will be a class that focuses on organic food education, gardening, cooking, and building relationships with farmers. In the class, we will have lessons on organic food versus conventional food. We'll have a lesson on nutrition, portion control, processed foods, and the possible resulting health issues from consuming too many. We will have several field trips, one of which will be a visit to a farm that produces organic food, where the kids will be able to talk with the farmer, learn about the food that the farmer grows, and the daily life of the farmer. We will also have the kids visit a farmer's market. They will get to meet the farmers, ask them about their food, and also ask them about their farms. They'll get to feel what it's like to be a consumer that shops at farmers markets. We'll learn about sustainable farming methods, and we will even build and plant an urban garden or farm. Here you see a picture of an urban garden that was built in the middle of Manhattan using milk crates. This farm is called River Park Farm, and it belongs to River Park Restaurant. They use many of the vegetables and herbs in this garden in their restaurant every day. We will also do a lot of cooking in this class. We will learn to cook with fresh and organic ingredients, and we will cook many meals because that's how the kids learn. They learn by doing. We will visit a restaurant that uses local organic ingredients and talk with the chef and tour the kitchen and have him prepare a meal for the kids. At the end of the year, the kids will give a presentation to their parents and share what they've learned in the class, and they'll even prepare their parents a meal with fresh organic ingredients. The economic impacts of this class are that it costs money, so the money would have to come from somewhere, and it would come from, most likely, the city, the state, or private donors. It could also come from money from a possible tax increase or a possible tuition increase if it is a private school. Also, school funds could be diverted away from one program in order to pay for this class. The environmental impacts of this class will all be positive. There will be an increase in organic food consumption, and therefore an increase in organic farms to meet that demand. More farms will change their methods to become sustainable and to reach what they need to do in order to have the food become certified organic. Therefore, there would also be less chemicals in our soil, air, and water, since they would be using less harmful chemical pesticides. And there would be cleaner air from less gas emissions, since we would be buying from local farmers instead of buying from markets that are importing the food from far away. Also, by building the garden, we will also absorb CO2 and emit oxygen, which will also clean the air even further. The social impacts of this class are that the kids will become adults that think sustainably, and hopefully that will mean our population will live more sustainably. By empowering the kids with this knowledge and the ability to cook and learn that they can impact their environment, we are creating kids that will become adults that will get involved with issues, hopefully many environmental and sustainable issues. But nonetheless, they will realize that they have power and they have the power to change things. We will also see that less money will be spent on medical programs, and therefore that money could now be used to pay for other important national issues such as education and environment. And we would also be supporting local farmers, which would create more jobs, more small business owners, and rejuvenate the farming occupation. There may be many barriers that I encounter when trying to implement this class. The first of which would be the school simply lacking the funds. There may not be any funds to buy the food, buy the tools for the cooking, or buy the tools for the garden. People may also not think that the program is important enough to receive funds, especially if this was deciding to divert funds away from another program to pay for this one. School or city officials that are might be resistant to change because of the extra work that it demands. There could also be a lot of red tape. Perhaps I would have to get several approvals from several people, and if one of those approvals did not come through, then the whole project may not move forward. There could also be existing contracts with vendors that would not allow us to purchase organic food. And parents could also be concerned about the kids using knives and stoves. But I have more hope than doubt. There are many successful programs that have already been implemented all over the United States. The first of which is the Edible Schoolyard Project. It was developed by Alice Waters in 1995 in Berkeley, and it has spread throughout the entire United States. In Los Angeles alone, there are 55 schools that have implemented the program. This program basically teaches kids how to create a garden and teaches them how to grow food, harvest food, and cook food. Also, the Calhoun School in New York City is a pioneer in this area. They are the first educational institution in New York to create a green roof that is programmable. They use it to teach classes. They have vegetables, fruit trees, herbs, and plants growing on the roof, and they also use that food in cooking classes as well. The Eat Right Now program that they developed is also extremely successful. It was developed by Chef Bobo, and this chef basically redid their lunch program and has made it very healthy, incorporated cooking classes into after-school programs, and also food education classes into the daily school day. The Baltimore City schools also have done a great job at this. Specifically, Tony Garaci, the director of food service for Baltimore City Schools, is the one who pioneered the effort here. The documentary Cafeteria Man follows him on his crusade and shows us that it is challenging, and he did have a lot of the barriers that I mentioned earlier, but he succeeded in changing the lunch program to have whole foods instead of processed foods. He also partnered with a farm and created a garden that is used for educational purposes for the kids, and also grows some of the food that is used at the schools for cooking. The Vance Elementary School and Asheville Middle School in Asheville, North Carolina, partnered with a nonprofit called Feast, which also provided gardening and cooking classes for the kids on a regular basis. For this reason, I think that my class will be successful. I'm glad that you had a chance to hear my proposal, and hopefully, if not me, someone else will move this forward, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of these programs in our future.